Yes, sir. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I am your host and your Brother Deen. April 7th, 2020, Tuesday morning. I hope you guys woke up on the right side of the bed. First and foremost, we would like to send out our supplications up to the most gracious, most merciful. For it is He who has caused us to die, and then He give us life again, and to Him is the return. All praise is due to the most gracious, most merciful. In these trying times, I just want everybody to know that making a plan with your family is most important, because this thing don't have no picks and chooses. We know that. So we ask Allah to make us amongst the ones who plan with their family, who's conscious enough to plan. Yes, sir. First thing I want to get into is this face mask thing. We have to pay attention to everything that's going on around us. You know, listen to the news with your heart feel that you need to apply. Most important to me is paying attention to the people and the people's families who's being affected. There's no plan in the United States. Like, these people are setting, I guess I won't say it like this. They're giving us information as they go. The United States of America doesn't have a plan. It don't seem like they have a plan. Excuse me. It seems as though after one thing they get to the next thing, and they just going off of that. Now, whoever the mistake was on from jump hasn't taken full responsibilities for their actions or their misactions, which is a problem for us as U.S. citizens, because right now everybody is at risk. And right now, like I said, that COVID-19 virus doesn't have any picks. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. Let me get it together. Let's go. I want to encourage you guys that, you know, there are survivors. There's people who's been infected with this virus, and they survive. So basically, take this thing serious, man. You know, just washing your hands. Like yesterday, the tip yesterday was I gave you guys to cut your fingernails. I'm gonna have some more health tips for you guys today, and maybe if you use some of these tips that I'm giving you, maybe the most gracious, most merciful shield us with His grace from this virus as it take place and take a toll on United States of America. The toll steady rising of cases is not going down. Even if it was going down, I don't think they'll tell us. They're trying to keep us from panicking. But it's something deeper than that going on, and most of us know it. We're talking about it on our Facebook pages. We're talking about it on our Instagram pages. Yet and still, we're making the same mistakes and putting other people in harm's way. So I'm going to get into one of these clips, and I want you to open up your mind and open up your heart and open up your hands and give supplications for the families that lost.
And I'm just going to give y'all the clips of what's going on. It's gotten to the point now that we've had to take another part of the hospital and make it into a temporary ICU to house the patients that we have suffering from coronavirus. So, and we don't have enough ventilators. So the real deal is, I'm so sorry. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm a strong person, but this is devastating me. Nurses and doctors are having to make the decision now to treat the people that look like they may possibly heal, because the ones they know are not going to heal, they can't waste the resources. Can you imagine that being your family member and them not having the resources to treat them because people won't just stay home? It's unfair These doctors and nurses and techs and respiratory people and EPS people are walking into the line of fire to treat your family because they won't stay home, and y'all going out bringing it back home. Please stop. It's not that important to go to a freaking barbecue or go to a club or go fishing or to socialize. You got phones, you got FaceTime, Messenger. Call the people, stay home. I'm tired of calling my friends and colleagues saying you've been exposed to this virus. I need you to go to employee help. Like, it's taking a mental toll on so many people. And it doesn't have to be like this if y'all would just stay home. Like, people are dying every single day, and we haven't even seen the worst of this. We have not even gotten to the precipice of this. Y'all, it's serious. It is so serious. Think about it being you.
Our hearts go out to all the people on the front line. For one, our people is being torn apart by this virus. So we want to send up supplications for all the frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, the assistants. We want to ask Allah to put a covering of His grace over those people who are suffering, family members suffering, and the people also with this coronavirus. They're fighting for their lives. And like I said before, I don't think it's a better topic. I don't think it's nothing that playing with or making memes. And I don't have nothing against nobody who want to stay in a joke world to shield themselves from what's going on. I say that's the type of people that's living in a state of denial. We stating facts over here. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I'm your host and your brother Deen. Man, it's hard. It's so hard to balance a 9-to-5 job while working on passion projects. Let's talk about it. April 7, 2020, on this Tuesday morning. Our prayers and supplications go up to the most gracious, most merciful. We ask Him to shield us from this virus. Say Ameen. Another thing I wanted to touch on this morning was Wall Street. Wall Street, the centerpiece of New York. For some reason, in this trying time, if y'all pay attention to what's going on, as people continue dying, Wall Street is going up. Is anybody paying attention to what that means in this universe, on this earth? That means that the more bodies drop, the stocks go up. So to me, if I sum it down, this is just my opinion. It's not no conspiracy theory, nothing that I want to argue about with nobody. But it seemed like the bodies becoming stock, which is driving the stock market up. It may be a lie, so don't quote me on nothing I say. The stock market probably be all the way down, but they showing us on TV that it's up. I seen it this morning myself that Wall Street is doing good. When they rung the bell, they said that it's doing well. How and humanity is suffering is a problem for me. The Prime Minister is getting worse. He the only celebrity that I know, and like I always tell you guys, I don't go looking at all the news all day and vexing my spirit with this all day. I move by the spirit of the most gracious, most merciful. So, I get my talk and my direction from the most gracious, most merciful only. Like we talked about yesterday, man, if you feeling a wave of this death that is smothering the earth right now, you need to be more kind to people. Be more understanding in these days and time. If you do decide to go out to the stores and you have to stand in lines, like in Mississippi, they have people standing in line, and I don't mean to jump ships, but they have people standing in line, and they putting tape on the ground. They don't even have enough respect for us as Americans to make signs. They putting tape on the ground and telling you where to stand at. There's people who don't have no respect, who don't have no home training, no manners as adults, that's trying to tell people like myself, I'm not the best of human beings yet. I'm trying to get to my rare form also. I'm allowing this to fuel me up to get closer to my Lord. And I say that because my message to you guys is this whole thing for you guys is not religious based at all. But it is time for you to go back to your Lord. Go repent. It don't matter what your religion is. I speak on this every morning. It doesn't matter what your religion is. Take your time and call on your Lord. And when you do that, He give you the directions that you need. Yes, sir. Sit down and plan with your kids. That if anything happened to you or happened to them, y'all need to have a plan in place to say who's going to drive us to the doctor, who's going to do this, what room are we going to use. And I reflect off of NBC News anchor, Miss Kate Snow. First and foremost, our prayers go out for her and her family because her husband is living in the guest room right now with COVID-19. And again, this is Kate Snow, NBC News anchor, her husband. And she's having to quarantine with her husband in the house. She's going through a whole lot right now. You know, my prayers go out to them. So I reflect off of that, and she have a plan in place. He's getting sicker, her husband, and they have a plan just in case his breathing stop or his breathing get bad. Okay, so my heart goes out to them, and I reflect off that to say, look, make a plan with your family, and I'll do the same. Stay Facts Podcast Morning Show. I'm your host and your brother Deen. Man, it's hard to balance a full-time job while working on passion projects. Tuesday, April 7, 2020. I say about the face mask one more time. You know, it's not going to help. You know, it's a waste of time. It's another smoke screen. If you guys pay attention to how this thing is changing over, it's changing over tremendously. Like, right now we in a everybody wear face mask modes, while somebody's behind the curtain working on another project. They trying to stay 5 to 10 steps ahead of us. There's going to be, in the next upcoming days, I guarantee you, it's going to go from wearing face masks to probably wearing a whole hammock suit or whatever they call those white suits that they wear. Just to keep, it's giving them enough time to plan their next 5 moves, perhaps. If you're a chess player, you know what I mean. So, let's stay focused, man. Let's be attentive. Let's be caring. We can do this. As Americans, we can do this. We overcame a whole lot of stuff. We could do this. Just talk to the person. Whoever you talking to in your family, make sure you let them know to be aware. And please stop passing around all these text messages and these stop posting this stuff on Instagram and Facebook with these messed up remedies. Please be focused and be aware of what you're telling people.